Welcome to Digest with Jasmine. I'm Jasmine, your favorite registered dietitian nutritionist, dishing all the nutrition topics. And before we get started with our topic today, I wanted to let you guys know that I am working on my podcast. It will be called Digest with Jasmine, the podcast. So it will be for my listeners that are going back to work or still working from home, and they just love to hear a little bit more about what I talk about on my YouTube channel, but just in further detail with guests. So I wanted to just let you guys know. So please be on the lookout for that information. Be sure that you are following me on Instagram, jasmine.rd, so you can get all that information so you know when the launch date is and everything. So let's chat. Let's talk about picky eaters, grown folks edition, because we all have that one friend that orders chicken strip baskets wherever you go, and you may be that friend. And it's not because it's a safe option, but strictly just because they're so picky. So I really wanted to just provide you guys with some more tips and really fun ideas when you are trying new foods, because I know it may be scary or you may just be accustomed to eating the same thing over and over again, but you're missing out on so much good stuff when you're not trying new foods. So expanding your taste buds goes far beyond just trying new bold flavors, but you are also likely to get a little bit more nutrients that you may be missing out. So I just wanted to give you a little insight on what happens when you try new foods. You get new flavors, and then you get those nutrients. So I just wanted to give you that little background there because I want to get you excited about trying new foods. So here's the thing, you're like, okay, you told me a little bit of insight about trying some things, but how can I actually start to implement that? So I'm going to give you guys some tips today when you are trying some foods that are new and you're like, okay, well, what am I going to do? So the first tip that I always encourage my clients to do is to pair it with a familiar food. What does that look like? It looks like if you prepare or if you're ordering something new from your favorite place, make sure that you're pairing it with something that you're already familiar with and something that you already ate before. Simply because you're a little bit more apt to try these things because you have something familiar on your plate, as well as if it all falls down and you don't like your meal, you can actually you'll actually have food. You're not gonna get anything new unless you're like me, and when I don't like something, I'm like, take it back, I want something new. So you can always do that. That's always an option. But typically when you pair something that's totally new with a familiar food, you're more likely to try it because you have like a backup plan of, okay, I have something that I can eat. My second tip would be try it in a different preparation method. We all have that one horror story about a specific vegetable or a specific food that we just don't like because it was prepared a certain way. So I actually had two vegetables that I just did not like because the way I tried them or the way they were prepped, and that's broccoli and Brussels sprouts. Growing up, my mom steamed a lot of vegetables, and not to say that I don't like steamed vegetables now, but growing up, I think she oversteamed it, y'all. And it changed the color, it changed the texture of these vegetables, and I was just like, that's a no for me. So as I got older and I started to expand my taste buds and expand, trying different things, I went back to those two specific vegetables because I knew they provided me with so much nutrients that I was missing out on, and I knew they could be really delicious. And I tried them both roasted. With my broccoli, I just cut them up very small so they weren't like too large. Put some extra virgin olive oil, salt and pepper, and roasted them to a nice crisp taste. It was delicious. And I did my Brussels sprouts very similar, but I cut them in half so they're not huge. And I'm sitting there eating these baby cabbages. Extra virgin olive oil, I cut up some bacon with some onions, and I tried it that way. And it was really delicious. So again, maybe just trying something that you've had before, prepared a different way, you could be a little bit more apt to really liking it. You're like, okay, this this may taste good. So you have to just try some things out and prepare it a different way. And maybe you will, maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't. But the goal is for you to try it, right? And that kind of leads into my third tip. So my third tip is really just to be open, because coming from someone who had their fair share of chicken strip baskets when I go out to eat, and really just trying new foods right now, I'm really pleasantly surprised of all the things that I'm really liking and taking on and adding to my weekly rotation. And really, to be honest, there are some things that I've tried and I'm like, you know what, that's just not for me. But I've given myself that opportunity to actually try these products or these items or food, and I'm like, okay, that's not for me. I was open about it. So I really just want you guys to be a little bit more open when you're up to trying some new things. So here's a summary of what we just went over. To make sure that you're giving yourself a wide variety of nutrients and just expanding your taste buds, here are the 3 tips that we just talked about as far as trying new foods. You want to pair it with a familiar food. You want to try it a different way, and then you just want to be open. So make sure you take note of that, and so the next time you're out with friends, or if you see a recipe and you're a little hesitant to try it because it has something in there, you're like, I don't even know what that is, give it a try. It's going to be awesome, because you know what, you're gonna try something new. You can tell everybody about it if it was good, and you can tell everybody about it if it was bad, whatever you want to do. So I want to switch gears a little bit, and I want to talk about, when you're trying something new, it can be scary, and even with food, it's just like a new adventure. It's new. You really don't know what's going to happen. You really don't know what's going to happen. So there's this little fun idea that I created for you guys that I want you to try, and I want you guys to show me too if you do try it. So here's this thing that I've created. I want you guys to do like a Zoom cooking class, because you can try this with friends, with family, and I know everyone may be in the house and we can't go out with friends right now, so this will be perfect for you guys to get on Zoom and do a cooking class. So what all entails for this cooking class? So it's fun because you're on Zoom with your friends or your family, so that's the best part. But there will be some planning that you have to do before you all get on Zoom. So in order for you guys to all try something new together, I would say get together for like 5-10 minutes, look over some new recipes, and possibly from a different cuisine, so a different background, maybe Asian, maybe Mediterranean, and you guys vote on a recipe. You're like, okay, this one looks good, we're gonna try it together. You guys all go source it from your grocery store, and then you set a date for you guys to cook it. And then you guys can try it together. You can drink wine, you can chat, you can have some music playing in the background, and then you guys all have tried a new meal, right? Perfect. And then you can talk about it. You're like, hey, did you like that? I loved it. This is something I want to try. I may add chicken the next time. I may do pork. And this is just another way, and it's a fun way for you to try something new, and you're not doing it alone. So if you guys do try it, make sure you use the hashtag cooking class with DWJ and tag me in it so I can see all your creations, and you know what? I may even try it too. So I just wanted to provide you guys with some tips on, not being so picky, because you know what? We're grown and we got to start trying new things. And I want to be here to be a resource for you guys. So I really hope this video helped you out. Before you leave, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give it a thumbs up too. Every video, give it a thumbs up. I want to make sure that I'm reaching more people so they can get this information. That's the goal of this channel, is to provide you with some simple switches to help you just, live that healthier lives. And then also make sure you are following me on Instagram. I'm going to leave all that information in the show notes. And if you are looking for a group of women that are supporting each other on your health and wellness journey, please feel free to join my free and private Facebook group, Girls Gone Healthy. Until next time, bye.